My son now, their thing is they just give me a hard time all the time, which is very funny, and I really appreciate it because, I feel very lucky to have these two knuckleheads in my life, and to watch them form opinions and figure out who they're going to be along the way.
Jay Kelly, so handsome. Look at you, you're the American dream, the last of the old movie stars.
I'm down here.
You're up there, you're down here, you're in here. We did this together.
I was moved to tears. I'm a daddy's girl. There was a particular scene where Jay Kelly is sort of experiencing his daughters. I won't say much. But after watching that film, the first person I called was my father. Oh, wow. And I know he will see a lot of similarities in a good way. Was anything about this a call to action for you?
No, look, I'm lucky, because I became a father much later in life and more settled. I think it's hard when you're young.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of work. And, the thing that I liked about this film is it's not really about an actor. It's about all of us. It's about how we balance work and family. And none of us get it right. And we always have regrets. Norman Lear, who was 101 years old, at 100 said to me, you never look back and go, I wish I worked more.
Right.
I wish I spent more time with my family. But you can't. My parents missed things that I did because they had to work. They had to put food on the table. Yeah. So it was less a call to action because for me, I've been a little lucky in that sense because starting later was a lot easier, quite honestly. But, listen, my kids are all going to end up in therapy anyway, because they're my kids.
Right, no matter what the parents do, to the best of their abilities. Yeah. The kids are always like, it was so hard.
My parents ruined my life.
They don't understand. It's like, you got good problems, kid. Okay, myself included. Mom, Dad, I love you very much.
Yes, and she just said so many nice things about you before she said
all of it, just before the camera started rolling. I want to ask you, though, what did resonate most? You read this script, it would be obvious for someone to assume, okay, there's some parallels. George Clooney, world-famous movie star. Jay Kelly, world-famous movie star. What actually, though, in those pages jumped out
that's interesting.
You seeing yourself in?
I don't, it was funny because when I read it, I thought the guy was such a jerk, and I talked to Noah and I said, we got to make him, got to find some charm in this guy. He wrote such a beautiful script, but watching, I didn't relate to the character that much because I haven't surrounded myself with all those trappings, and I don't pay my friends. I should, and I have a good relationship with my father, and all of those things. So I didn't have that the feeling of that. So I was able to kind of stand back and look at it from outside. But look, this when you get it's very seldom that somebody sends you a really good script and is a really good director, and that changes. I'm 64 years old, so you don't get that many opportunities.
I have a hard time believing that you, George Clooney.
No, you don't get that many opportunities to work on a great project with a great director and wonderful actors, and it's rare.
Wow. And to that point, wonderful actors, Adam Sandler, it was such a treat to see him in this dramatic role.
Great? I
mean,
he was. Well, we've known each other for 30 years, and he's actually been doing some really wonderful work for a long time, and I knew he'd be great in this, and to be able to, for the two of us to be able to work together. We really had a fun time, and he's he's one of the sweetest guys in the world, and a good friend. So it was really fun. And Laura Dern and we worked together 40 years ago when she was 15.
Wow.
So we've had a long history with a lot of the people.
No, I remember hearing that back in the day, SNL. A little basketball with
little
Sandler,
basketball.
Right? Did we do any basketball in Italy?
We played a lot of basketball in Italy.
Who was bricking? Who was making the shots?
I gotta tell you.
One-on-one. Talk to me.
I have to tell you. Adam, since we started playing back in the mid-'90s, has improved considerably. He's got a very good shot.
Okay.
Now, and he also likes to drive, which, when you get older, you tend to stand outside and shoot.
Yeah.
Because you don't really, the more you drive, the more it hurts,
Pay for it later.
You always pay for it. So I think he's the most improved player.
Okay, the most improved player. Got it. I love to hear that. That was a really Clooney way of getting around the fact that you probably beat the brakes off of Adam Sandler.
I could take it.
So gracious.
Honestly, I don't know anymore because I am old.
I am not taking that back. Bait, whatever this is, you're looking good. You're shining. Stop fishing for compliments, George.
Not fishing.
I'm kidding. Obviously, filming in Italy. Talk to me a little bit about a highlight for you. How's your Italian these days?
Non parlo italiano molto bene, mi dispiace. I don't speak it particularly well. I understand it pretty well.
Okay.
Because I've spent years, like 30 years riding my motorcycle through Italy. I'm not allowed to ride anymore because I got in a wreck. But I know all of these little villages. And when we started in Milan and we worked our way down as a troupe, all the actors. And I would go, we're going to be near this town, Zabello, and there's a restaurant called La Buca. It's out in the field somewhere. And we'd all go down there. And so we traveled around as a family. And it was really... Adam's daughter and I have the same birthday, so we had a big birthday party for her, and it was just it felt like kind of like the movie. It felt like a family.
I love hearing that. Now, I want to take it back 8 years ago. I think that's the first time I ever interviewed you.
Okay.
It was TIFF, Suburbicon.
Oh my God,
red
that's
carpet.
right. That's right.
And I remember you showing me off screen the twins, because I had asked about them. Obviously, they were new on the scene. It was very exciting. And you said they had their mama's eyes. Well, I said they had their mama's eyes, and you agreed. And then you said they were like little 22-year-olds already grown. What age are they acting these days?
They're not. Now they're 48.
They're pushing 48.
Yeah, they're pushing 48.
They got mortgages. The bills are due.
No, my son cracks me up because our kids, they speak fluent Italian, fluent French.
Wow.
Guess who doesn't? Wow. Me.
They got to keep you humble.
Oh, dude, they'll whenever they want to insult me, they just start speaking in French in front of me. I'm like, what'd you say? What'd you do?
Yeah, I dare you to say that in English.
Yeah, but they're my son now. Their thing is they just give me a hard time all the time, which is very funny, and I really appreciate it because. I feel very lucky to have these two knuckleheads in my life, and to watch them form opinions and figure out who they're going to be along the way.
And People's Sexiest Man Alive. You are one of very few people.
2 times.
Only 4 people to ever have it 2 times.
2 times.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for the newest Sexiest Man Alive, Jonathan Bailey, on how to carry this torch?
Well, I have to say, in looking back over the last year, I think Jonathan ran a very good campaign.
Yeah.
And I feel that he worked hard, and I think he deserved it.
Yeah.
Matt Damon was upset, as you know, because he always is campaigning.
Yeah, he's just trying, but what?
And he's been like working out and doing stuff, and he looks very good. But Jonathan had him really from the very beginning. So I want to congratulate Jonathan on his work, and hope that maybe he can repeat because I think he seems like a repeater.
Absolutely.